My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slice and Dice. I would love to play a unfair classic run, so I'm thinking about maybe doing something like that. Defensive, a rarity of 20%. 2 red classes, 2 gray classes, and 1 yellow. So our damage is definitely going to be the biggest lacking feature here. Let's do it. Ooh, we could even buy the spell Bolt in order to fix up a little bit of that damage problem, but let's have a look. We have the Ruffian, who is capable of doing 5 damage in a single side. That is very, very, very useful. We have the Squire, who's capable of doing up to 2, as well as taking the heat of other characters. The Wallop, even capable of dealing damage here. Mystic and Healer, each not, but can generate mana. So I'll tell you what, the spell Bolt would be very useful. It turns mana generation from characters like the Healer and Mystic into damage, which is something I'm desperately going to be lacking. I'm also not likely to hit monsters many times in the same turn. I think ghostly monsters is probably quite reasonable here. All monsters become immune to damage this turn after they take their first hit. So we can take ghostly monsters and Bolt spell, and then I only need to pick up 4 more points. Small bonus, all tiny enemies, such as archers, have +3 pips all side. That's going to make the archers in the backline very lethal. And in fact, the real killer here is that graves are considered to be tiny enemies, so they'd be summoning 4 bones at a time, and the bones would all be doing 3 more damage on all sides. Big hitter. Double the pips of all sides with 4 or more pips. That's a lot of doubling. There's slow spells, maximum of 3 spells cast per turn. Honestly, I don't expect I'm going to cast more spells than that, especially if they're dense in Bolt. And then Rude Awakening. During fight 1, fight an alpha and a wolf instead. So instead of fighting a boar and a wolf, we're fighting an alpha and a wolf. I'm going to have to focus the alpha down immediately, but I think this is the choice we take. Let's do it. Oh, it's immediately summoned a wolf. Yikes. Okay, Wallop gets the most damage possible. We can shield the Healer very effectively here with the Squire's hit. Ruffian, I'd love you to get your biggest damage side. I don't expect it from you, to be honest, though. Oh, you did get it. Well, that means I'll be defending the Ruffian. You can attack the Alpha. Five damage to the Alpha. Very, very useful here. Working my way up towards Bolt. Oh, best side that the Mystic can possibly get. We'll also get the Squire to pick up the damage steal in order to keep the Healer alive. And then Wallop, you can prevent the Squire from dying to all of the damage that they're now taking. Healer, I'd love you to roll some mana. That's not that. So I'm not going to be capable of taking an enemy out this turn. That's okay. I prevent a lot of significant damage here. I still do 1 damage to the entire enemy party. Unfortunately, the Alpha is still more than 1 hit away from dying. I'm going to need Wallop to get the death prevention here. That's the best way for me to get through this turn. There it is. Do I take the AoE damage on the Ruffian again? No. Ah, you should have taken it. Okay, so Wallop, protect yourself from dying. Squire, you are going to prevent someone else from even taking any damage this turn. Mystic, perfect. We'll Bolt the Alpha, leaving myself open to be able to take the Alpha with only 2 damage next turn. So that's the Wallop can do that. The Squire realistically can't do 2 damage because Focus has to hit a target that's also previously been hit by a target this turn. So the enemy would already be invincible. Wallop, you don't have enough HP to stun people, but if you got healed, that'd be entirely different. thump. And then stun the squire that's going to try and ruin, or stun the wolf that's trying to ruin my squire. Now we've just got 2 wolves on the field. This is easy. As soon as the alpha was down, the fight was over. We'll bolt one of you, stun the other, and now it's just 2 damage until we're done. Beautiful. Could scarcely been better. There goes the wolf. Chest. A random tier 1 curse in order to get 4 random tier 1 items. I really like tier 1 items. Bowl. Reverts all of the changes in the middle column. Ooh, hat brigand. Replaces all sides with the brigand sides. I could see myself using that. Wolf Ears would give 2 additional max HP to the ruffian. Barley Song, the ability to get cantrip in my leftmost slot. Sickly and Dying. All heroes with 1 or less HP. And Dying Allies. Add pain to all side. Interesting. I'm not exactly certain what that's doing, but I'll figure it out as we're going. Collector. That would be the ability to hit some variation of sides here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have very dense damage. I suspect that taking the Knight and having 3 damage exert, as well as shield 3 steal, so having a grey character to shield a grey character who then benefits from steal, plus 1 pip for each shield they have, sounds great to me. Unfortunately, I have to give up the wallop, but that was gonna have to happen one of these days. Okay, I will take the extra health on the ruffian, and that'll be it at the moment. Up against 3 bees, an archer, and a goblin. 2 of the bees are already taking themselves out. I don't have to even involve myself. That's great. I'm not going to be able to hit the archer in the back line, unfortunately, so I will have to fight through the goblin. Here we go. I leave myself with enough mana to just immediately take out the goblin the next turn. Sorry, the archer in the next turn. Doomblade. Replace blank sides with 3 damage death, or Scar, 5 empty max HP. With 2 healers on the field, 2 healing classes rather, Scar certainly seems the most important here, giving me the ability to get the ruffian a large amount of HP to fill before the ruffian expends it on pain sides and hitting thorns. Ah, such as this. Big heal and defend for the ruffian. Between the ruffian and the knight, we take out the 2 most aggressive targets on the board and set ourselves up for the remainder. Should not be even slightly a problem. In fact, we've already got it. 1 down. Beat a follow. Replace healer with a generated hero. A generated hero. So the big strength of generated red characters and generated blue characters a lot of the time is the generated spell. I'm okay with what I have at the moment. We have a vampire or a cleric upgrade here. So cleric would come with a spell, light, shield 1, cleanse, cleave, single cast. Very, very useful. Even in this fight, where it would be able to prevent all of the incoming poison from the troll. The cleric is also relatively good at generating mana. Great at healing and defending the ruffian at the same time. And then we have the vampire, who's capable of getting 2 mana on 2 different slots, 2 damage self-heal, as well as heal 5. The spell being infused for 2 mana heal 1 to all allies. Cruel, so if they are on half health or less, they'll heal twice as much. I'm taking the cleric here. Unfortunately, this means I'm not getting the Pilgrim in this run. I mean, that's... I'll take those. And I'm going to continue rolling for the rest of these. Just to see if I can get the largest individual damage on the target. Nope, I downgraded the amount of damage I'm putting on the target, as it turns out. But it was always going to end up just being a burst this turn. And shield cleanse, set hero, no. Sorry, a burst, I mean the... this one, bulk. Let's heal up and defend the Mystic, who will then give some shielding to the Knight. Excellent. We can take away the health that's been regenerated before bolting again. Yeah, the bolt is going to be truly transformative to this run. These are the levels that we otherwise wouldn't really survive. And one more bolt will get it done. Goodbye, troll. Hello to Ritem.194D. Releases the middle row with 1 damage. No, thank you. Liqueur. Swap the top side with the rightmost side and get +2 maximum to stored mana. The real utility of that is yet to be shown. It will be... Oh, no it's not. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. I can use that to give Cleric an additional 2 mana single use space by duping it away from the top and then reverting all changes to the middle column. Hell yeah. Up against an ogre and a golem? Golem, sorry, an ogre and a goblin. Dang, Ruffian was so close. Knight manages to fully protect oneself. I mean, we end up with more health at the end of this turn than we started it with. That's pretty good. Just gotta make sure we keep that Mystic alive. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to take out the enemy in a single turn again. I'll always have to manage my turns based around, okay, what is going to put me in the position best capable of taking out the enemy next turn? We've got a Druid and a Medic fighting for position here. I do really like the Medic. Heal to regen is a very powerful space. Also 2 mana to heal to cleave sides. And a spell, which is still really good, Renew. For 1 mana, set a hero to 4 HP. And then we have the Druid. The Druid I expect to be much more useful in this fight in particular. And also, in a world where I'm trying to get more aggressive gray and red classes so that I can try and push through these fights, where else I might lack damage. Druid's a really good answer to that. She has her own 2 damage growth side, shield to growth, heal to cleanse, 2 mana sides, and then finally the spell balance for 3 mana, 1 damage rather, dealt to all enemies, and heal 1 to all allies. I'm taking you. And in fact, I'll give you an additional 2 mana side. So the slate, each HP needs to be removed individually and you become immune to damage after you take damage. So I'll definitely just be looking for 1 AoE and then a bunch of defense this turn would be ideal for me. And in fact, I already find it. So now I'm looking for as much defense as I can get. Ooh, I can even use the Knight's tactic here, parry, to trade away 2 damage pips in order to shield for 3. I mean, doesn't really get much better than what we currently have. Oh, I shouldn't have re-rolled the knight. I should have just used the parry. That's it. We're not going to be taking damage here anyway. 1 damage dealt to the opponent, and I was healthy enough to be fine. Flare! Learn Flare! Do I want to do 5 damage for 4 mana? Or 3 mana? Pocket Phylactery. Adds pain to the 2 left sides. Plus 6 to max HP. I think that's probably an easy one to go for. Gives us the possibility of upgrading our Ruffian into... Actually, Barbarian really wouldn't want this, because Barbarian's only non-pain sides are in the center there. That said, pain classes are easier for us to manage given how many defends, and also we're not going for the flare, so it's either Pocket Phylactery or random, and I'll happily take the Pocket Phylactery. Oh, it even gave us a... It gave us a... Pocket Phylactery has been picked twice, and that's unlocked the item Cracked Phylactery. Add self-heal to the 2 left sides, -6 to max HP. I mean, that's still useful. You could put that on and then put the wolf ears after it, and then immediately you resolve it. Isn't that cool? We can use now the wolf ears on Mystic for some extra HP. Rub against a War Chief and a Snake. I would love to overkill the War Chief so the Bandit runs away. Which would probably be accomplished via a Bolt, if I had to guess. Yeah, 3 damage on this turn, and then a Bolt next turn will kill the War Chief. And I'll also take out the Snake preemptively, because I only need to generate 1 mana next turn in order to overkill the War Chief. That'll do it. Disciple and Sinew. Sinew? Don't really have Cleave, so I'm not going to be chaining your Cleave chain side. 4 damage Exert is nice. 4 damage Self-Pain would be better. Disciple has heal 2 Ws on 2 sides, 2 mana on 2 sides, as well as revive the topmost defeated ally. Also the spell Glow for 1 mana, replace blank sides with heal and shield 2 this turn. I think that's probably the most reasonable choice here. Just gives me more mana to work with. No need to use the Wolf Ears anymore. Agnes, Gither, and Magrat. Step up to the plate. We could prevent Gither's... actually, if we use Light this turn, we can prevent Gither's weakening. That's going to be great. We'll definitely use Light this turn. So there's Light. It'll help defend the Ruffian. So the thing is, I can do 1 damage to each of you and save my bolt for the next turn, but I'm not going to be capable of taking any of you down next turn. That said, I will be capable of defending again, most likely. Poison's coming in, so I'm hoping the Cleric hits that cleanse side. Oh, but how do you turn down the heal and shield side that big? Knight would actually be really good to have a steel side this turn. Do I roll again, risking it? Yeah. Shouldn't have risked it. I don't think I want to glow yet. I'm setting Agnes Agnes to 1 away from death on the top side so that I don't have to worry about more summons, and also the wolf 1 away from dead if I use a bolt specifically. Okay, love seeing those heal cleanses there, that's great. End of the turn kind of blue though. I will use the glow that turn. Actually, do I glow that turn? Or do I just take out Agnes? Yeah, let's take out Agnes. Gither's going for the weaken again. Not really going to be able to do too much about it. I spend my mana kind of inefficiently there, just so I can try and keep both the Knight and Ruffian alive this turn. Magrat is going to kill the Ruffian if I take her HP away now. To keep everyone alive until the end of that turn. Magrat, I'm just going to need to heal and defend our bottom line, and we will be fine. There we go, Ruffian takes no damage. We prevent some of the poison. We get some additional health on the field, and now the Magrat is extremely vulnerable, and also dead. Extra monster, Rat. We can use the compass to rotate a bunch of slots. I mean, I do want to rotate all those slots. It's just killing this grave in time is going to be a problem. I don't know if an extra rat will really help. There's some utility in this item, but do I want it? I do. Do I want it for the price of fighting another rat? Like, literally, it's the lowest kind of price. Like, come on. I'll pay it. Updog! What's this item? Adds Overdog to the top side. ×2 versus target with less HP than me. And if we have a look at our achievements, choose Updog once, unlocks an item. I'll be taking Updog, thanks. Updog. Unlocks an item. Poodle. Adds dog to the middle column. Dog. ×2 versus targets with equal HP to me. I love that this item is both fun and flavorful, and you can use it, and also a punchline to the 2 previous Underdog and Overdog items. Versus targets with less HP than me. That's going to be hard. I guess the Knight is going to try and execute people. Well, actually, I guess we could also have, like, the Cleric double healing and shielding at the same time. That's pretty good. I guess we could even have the Disciple giving heal 4s out, which also seems really good. See? We didn't yet know the utility of the item, but it did arrive. Five damage will already take out the Quartz for us, so I'd love to see that. That Knight can take out the Rat instantaneously. Ruffian manages to, sorry, the Fanatic manages to do the most damage to itself. Ooh, Imp is also trying to take itself out of the race on this one. Oh, Ruffian did hit defense. I'll actually be able to save both of the characters that other characters are taking themselves out of the race in order to deal with. We also destroy the bones and watch it take some HP away from the grave, and now we only have 1 bones, 1 grave. Yeah, okay, so the rat was basically nothing. It barely even factored. I mean, Disciple, you need to try and get more HP if that's possible. HP, sorry, mana, if that's possible. Nope, turns out it isn't. My mistake. Bones runs away at the end of the turn, though, leaving us with Soldier and a Brute. If I'm honest, I think both of these are the wrong choice. I think I have to take the random tier 2 level up and hope that I see Berserker or something like that. Maybe even Gladiator. Gladiator would be good too. Cool. Completely fine with that. I need to be able to do 4 damage to a single target in a single turn. It's just really important. Against 2 Fanatics and 2 Militia, so obviously I want the Fanatics to deal damage themselves, and I want to deal damage to the Militia. Oh, this is great. I need to get 5 armor on the Knight, and then they will distribute that armor via shield back to another character. Oh, Druid, you can generate that with parry. That's great. Okay, so we parry the Knight, and then defend you. And that'll make one of the militia run away, and another one of the militia run away to another, and then I'll let both the Fanatics hit themselves. That's perfect. Okay, one of these Fanatics is not taking itself out, so I will have to step in. I don't need to reroll the Druid. The Druid is ideal. Ambrosia! As rescued, left side this side can be used again if it rescues a hero. Knight hitting shield 3 steel rescue is really good. Lens adds focus to all heal/self-heal sides. That's not bad, but it doesn't have the potential that Ambrosia does. Up against 2 bones, 2 illusions, an imp, a shade, another illusion, and another bone. So 3 illusions, 3 bones. I apologize for lying to you about the state of the field. Well, first things first. Let's balance this field. I don't want to take that much damage. I'm also going to use light in order to give some additional shielding to the Knight, who will then distribute it back for the Cleric. Prevent all poison coming in as well. 1 shade, 3 bones, and 1 imp left on the field. I can take out a couple of you in a single action, so the ones of you I can, I will. Perfect. 2 bones and 1 imp remain. And in fact, that's the opportunity to take each of them out, I believe. Imp runs away at the end of the turn, moving us on to 12. Poet. 1 mana cantrip, 2 signs that say shield 2 charged, shield 2 to all allies, as well as a shield 2 cantrip. The spell. Now the spell is something else. Clink. 4 mana, shield 1 to all allies. and boost. Target gets +1 pips to all sides this turn. There's also the veteran upgrade to make it very, very serious. Just 4 damage, 4 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 shield, 3 shield. Not my kind of deal. The Knight will be the one upgraded into the Poet. Thankfully, the Ambrosia would happily sit on Cleric. I'll do it. Poet's also more than happy to play in the world where I can generate a bunch of mana, as they have a charged side. Ooh, and then they're defending the whole field, making a really good first impression here. I don't think I need to take out that Bones this turn. Oh man, doing damage is going to be difficult here. You usually needle the Lich away while it's in the back line. Gonna be kind of tough to accomplish in this instance though. Wait, if I nail the Bones on the bottom, then I can spawn a new Bones who I'm ready to kill, as well as take out the one on the top. That's all of the spells that I can expend this turn. I mean, I did 1 damage to the Lich. I'm really getting somewhere. Poet's losing 2 sides this turn. I'd be fine with you losing one of your sides, but not both. Just because 2 sides would mean I lose the 1 cantrip mana. Disciple, I would love to see your Overdog side this turn. Okay, all of us are gonna get weakened for 1, but I'll have all of my mana available next turn. Ooh, that save will work. Give the Disciple the ability to heal for 4 on both the Druid and Poet. Then I will save the Disciple. Effects. And unfortunately, the Cleric is now going to lose 2 sides, which means I will lose my heal and shield 2 rescue side. Which is very much not ideal. I'm gonna have to stop all of my sides from being petrified before it ends the video game for me. Disciple will be losing some pretty important spaces. Cleric has already lost a very important space. Poet I less care about. Okay, I'll heal up the Disciple first to prevent the incoming one this turn. Then, boom, big damage to you. And the Bones can take some damage as well. We're finally doing damage to the Lich. I just need to make sure that the Lich does not generate inevitability over me by freezing all of my sides. boy. Oh, Cleric rolls the denial side. Great to see it. I mean, I want to keep re-rolling the Druid because worst case scenario... Yeah, exactly. Worst case scenario, I miss the heal to cleanse, but I get, what, 2 mana back? I'm fine with that. So, Gladiator, you should be able to hit this turn. That'd be nice. Cleric, you should have a second side. Seems like that'd be chill. Unfortunately, it's going to take a while to get all the way back there to the Lich because the bones are going to make each other immune. Still. I'll take 2 bones off the field very quickly. Next turn, I'll only have to take 1 off. And the Lich isn't even going to resummon, so the turn after next is going to be the final. We'll have did it. Hell, the Lich even runs away. Catnip adds cantrip rather, to the rightmost side. Importantly, our liqueur gives us the ability to move something over there, so I can just cantrip some mana. Something like that, maybe. Eucalyptus, however, replace the right side with heal 1, cleanse, quad use. You often run out of cleanse, and cleanse is really important later. Especially for longevity. I almost feel like cantrip would give me a lot of mana, but the thing is, a lot of mana? What do I do with a lot of mana? It's hard to really know. I definitely don't want to cantrip damage. I will take Eucalyptus. Because the Druid and the Cleric both still need to level up, which means I need to have a way to deal with Cleanse in the future. Up against an Alpha, Ghost, and Chomp. We get the charge defense side as well as all of our mana generation. Can't be mad about that. Cannot be mad about that. Poet defends like a beast. I'm gonna get all of these enemies closer to death. Actually, you know what? I'll leave the Chomp for a while. The Chomp is fine. I just gotta make sure that I get that Ghost and Alpha down. That's so much mana. Even leave myself with the ability to burst next turn. When I say burst, what I mean is bolt, but burst is usually the spell that you cast. Hence the misspeak. Bolt is my burst, frankly. To me, these are the same picture. Chomp is 1 HP and runs away from us. Barbarian. Hello. The ability to do giant damage. Yes, please. Oh god, it's up against the Prophet though. The Prophet is sick. Prophet has heal 3, rescue, Heal 2 mana gain. Heal 5 vitality. What a wild sight. Heal 1 to all allies regen on Soothe. Very good for longevity. Up against the Barbarian here with 10 damage death, I die. 8 damage pain, I take 8 damage, lower damage, etc. And then some blood loss science. I mean, realistically, the Barbarian is what I've been asking for this entire time. How do I turn it down? I don't want to, is the answer to that. I do not want to turn it down. I simply give you Pocket Phylactery and even more max HP, and then I defend you appropriately, and you do all of my damage. Because I need someone who's capable of doing more than 5 damage in a single instance, because there are some enemies that need to die instantly. Do I keep rolling on the Barbarian? You've got one of your best sides right now. Demon is currently trying to inflict pain on the Poet, which would cause the Poet to die this turn, so I'm definitely going to be preventing that. In fact, I'm going to take a very slow opener here. I move the core to the back line, give it only 1 HP. Lower the Ogre to the point that it's not yet doing additional damage, but will do soon. Ooh, Disciple and Cleric both roll incredible defense spaces. Going to be very useful here. I'd love Barbarian to hit a big pain space, not death. Big pain. That's small, but that'll have to do. Instead of taking the core off the field this turn, I'm actually going to set the Ogre to very close to death, because it's not actually having a dramatic impact on us. And I would very much like to be able to delete the Ogre suddenly later. Yep, this will make that a lot more likely. Let's drop the Imp from the field, and then the Ogre. We'll use Balance. Now it's just a demon with 7 HP and my entire party unmitigated. And that looks like it'll do it. Let's give the Barbarian enough HP to just chunk through the demon in a single hit. Wine and the Broadsword. Wine, start poisoned. All monsters start poisoned. This sucks. Why is this bad? Well, if I do damage to the enemy, they will be immune to the damage the poison would otherwise deal to them by the end of the turn. Broadsword replaces the middle column with 4 damage. Neither of these seems especially useful. I mean, replacing the middle side with 4 damage just gives me the ability to turn one of my other characters into an aggressive character, which I'm fine without. Scorpion Tail adds Weaken and Pain to the top and bottom sides. So the Barbarian can be pained by everything you do. However, you'll also weaken the enemy ridiculously, which will be pretty sick. Just completely invalidate the troll. In fact, I'm going to do exactly that here. So if I do 5 damage to one of these couriers, then I can hit the troll. Oh no, I need to focus on a thorn. Because this way I'm actually capable of preventing I mean, both of the carriers will take their own damage to their own poison, but I also prevent the Thorn from taking away my Barbarians' damage sides with Petrification. As much as I wanted to show off the weaken, it's much better to just take out the Thorns immediately there. I'm not certain how I keep these units alive. I mean, I guess I can keep the Disciple alive at the cost of the Cleric. The Disciple is capable of resurrecting the Cleric, so that's fine. Oh boy, the carriers are really hitting their poison sides hard here. Don't like that. Unfortunately, the Barbarians are not capable of taking out either of the carriers just by themselves. Not with that previous side. Thankfully, with this one, we are. This carrier left on the field is causing us problems. The poison they've managed to put out is absurd. Oh. Things are tough. That'll have to do for now. I'm only gonna have 3 characters to try and take out this troll, but it feels like this is the direction I've been headed the entire time. Okay. So I'm looking for 2 5 damage turns in a row. That's all I'll need. Come on! Any mana! That'll do it. Goodbye, troll. Hello, entire field again? That was wild. R3.99E has 5 mana pain, as well as dodge all damage and enemy effects this turn. Cantrip. And then some other sides that are not good. Add self-heal and self-shield to target sides this time. If I'm entirely honest with you, that sounds sick. For 1 mana, we heal 3. Also, Prince offered here. I will take R3. I think that's super cool. I'll have the ability to give a second self-heal and self-shield side, which is very impactful with the status of my board, what with the Barbarian and all. And also, R3 having the ability to dodge is really good against Tarantus, who kills the topmost enemy when we remove their 10th from last HP. I'd love to weaken Tarantus in order to prevent the summons this turn. There we go, that's the weaken already. I mean, Disciple, you healing would not be a tragedy. you generating mana also saves its HP on board, so move as you move. Take 2 spiders off the field, and then also prevent Tarantus from summoning another 2. Oh man, R3 dodge, come on! If R3 dodges... Barbarian? Am I comfortable with you just taking out the spider this turn? No, mostly mana is going to take out spiders. Annoyingly, I was barely capable of saving Tarantus, saving R3 there. Really should have just accepted the Barbarian's ability to take out one character. Ooh, Barbarian, you can prevent 3 poison and 3 weaken in the same action right now. Definitely doing that. I mean, the ability to just prevent Tarantus from ever doing anything is sick. It's really good. Oh, I've got to remember I have the ability to use my mana just to straight up heal character. I'm probably gonna slow play this. As in, like, until I get the dodge on the top side, like this turn, I'm not going to take away any more HP from Tarantus. Thankfully, I got the dodge, so I can. Yay! Realistically, I can continue trying to slow play things. Take out 2 spiders, prevent the summon with some additional HP gain. And then 2 mana generated will take out Tarantus. We've fully healed from that earlier fight. Mini crossbow / poem. Replace the top side with 2 damage ranged engage, and also add alliteration to all damage sides. I never thought poem was especially powerful. I mean, Barbarian would do double damage to the Basilisk here. Oh, not awful. Lion adds fierce to the 2 left sides. Fierce, target flees if they have N or less HP after it hits. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty sick gift to the Barbarian. You can kill an enemy that has you can kill an enemy that has 16 HP with a single hit, and also they will flee. Because they flee rather than die, they can't become immune to it. That's so good. 2 wisps, 2 snipers, and a single basilisk that I hope I will make run away. No dice. I'll preemptively deal some damage to the Basilisk as well. Ooh, that Bones is even going to be able to take out the Wisp next to it. That's great. Let's rescue the poet. Good work, cleric. Actually, give the cleric the ability to heal up a bunch whilst doing it. Well done, cleric. You managed to get yourself back to full HP, get the barbarian and poet up a reasonable amount as well. We've only got 3 targets left on the field, 2 of them with 2 HP, 1 with 3. Very accessible kills. One down. 2 down. And I mean, like, I could, but I will just watch the final runaway. Fate and Stalwart. So Stalwart is a very, very reliable character for us here. Shield 3 cleanse, shield 3 cleanse, shield 2 cleave, shield 2 cleave, shield 2 double use, as well as a 5 damage exit. I lose some of my mana generation potential, unfortunately. Fate, heal and shield 2, mana gain. That's a really good side. Also has the spell Strand heal 4, heal 2 for 4 mana, spell rescue. Probably not going to want to cast that, if I'm entirely honest. Not only because we have 1 mana heal 3, but also because a spell being cast for free is not great for us. We can still only cast 3 spells in a total turn. That said, Fate is probably going to be a lot better at mana generation for us. Oh, this is sick. I can use the compass in order to put heal and shield 2 mana gain on the top side, and then I can give it Overdog. Woo! So, 5 mana Pain already has Pain. Cantrip with 0 pips can't get Pain, so I'm gonna give 6 more max HP to R3. And get the additional dupe side on Poet. Up against 3 Fanatics, a Barrel, and a Spiker. If I'm entirely honest, my goal in the opening of this fight is just going to be survive. Just do not die. Okay, get the clerics, managed to keep themselves alive there. And quite healthy, in fact. We also start working on the Spiker. None of our characters are even going down this turn, that's perfect. Fate? You hit a huge dodge this turn? That's great. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'm not really using the death side, sorry about that, bud. We lose 2 health on the cleric, 2 health on R3, and we watch all the fanatics set themselves up for a death. Oh, I got the rescue side, that's so good. Okay. Barbarian, take out the barrel, which will take out both targets each side of it. And then I'll just watch the fanatics take themselves out against my armor. Fight 19, Horned Viper. Second heart, +1 max HP for each HP. I mean, that's good. I think I have enough max HP though. Horned Viper. That's just Lion ++, basically. Like Scorpion Tail. It feels like Scorpion Tail definitely goes on Barbarian. Obviously, Scorpion Tail and any of the other characters would actually be negative. Like what, I'm gonna weaken my own characters? No, thank you. Lion seems really good for the Barbarian, but I haven't actually seen it come into play yet. I could see myself take Horned Viper and then just sub that in for the final fight in order to do enough poison to the boss to just watch them die. And I just convinced myself to take it, even if I'm not gonna use it this turn. It'll give me a consistency of damage that is gonna be hard to replicate otherwise. I mean, that's a great, great opener right here. Let's watch this Barbarian make someone flee. Egg Basalt? Oh! If that egg pops, it's gonna summon a boss. The basalt boss. And I would not have rolled enough damage to take it out this turn. I'm gonna start using a bunch of mana so that I can set targets to close enough to dead. That'll do. Get the troll to run away. Now it's just you and me, egg. You ran away. Paladin or Valkyrie? Valkyrie's capable of doing a lot of damage. Valkyrie's also capable of preventing a death. Unfortunately, with that, I would then need a better target for my... my Ambrosia. I mean, actually, if I did this... we'll take Valkyrie. Specifically with the ability to make target ally not die this turn, very useful. Scorpion Tail stays, and we will take Horned Viper. Oh, wait, hang on. Compass, and then Rescue. Cool. Now we have a target cannot die this turn. Rescue side, in order to keep targets alive. Could I benefit from these elsewhere on anyone? I don't think so. All right. Up against 4 imps and Hexia. Death prevent. Great. I'll take it. I was about to say, ideally, I'll hit my big poison or death side, and I hit the death side. Hexia big poisoned. Let's prevent more poison to myself, thank you. Unfortunately, a lot of us are... there's no dying ally this turn. We just have pain on us. That's fine, though. That's fine. That's not the most optimal turn that I possibly could have had, but it did set the win up. And that'll have to be enough for me, as I will now just watch Hexia die. Crumbling before the might of our poison, keeping up a unfair streak of 2 for a best streak of 3. I'm gonna get to this screen and very quickly say that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slice and Dice. I have an appointment that I lined up immediately after this, so I have to run. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. A special thanks this episode to the supporter over on Patreon, Tristan. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.